Today, March 30th, Ring of Honors, yours truly, Xavier, gets another chance to wrestle in front of these great Philadelphia fans and to show them exactly what I'm about. And that's competition. I'm here to compete. Unfortunately, Scoot Andrews is not here to wrestle me. He broke his leg. It's a shame. And now, they put me up against a Sicilian shooter. He's a great athlete, but he's going to come to find out. And everybody else is going to come to find out why they call me the all-around best, so let the best man win.
No, it's been about a year since ECW finished, folded. I've been working many independent leagues as Little Guido Maritato. After a while, I'm starting to think, you know what? It's time to go back. It's time to go back to 1995, before anybody ever knew who Little Guido was. And before that, there was a person named James Maritato who actually worked for one of the biggest shoot groups in the world in Tokyo, Japan. And that's UWFI, one of the major companies. Before all you people knew Little Guido, James Maritato was a stud in Japan. And tonight, I know there's a new federation around, the Ring of Honor. They're a hard-hitting group, a hard wrestling style, and it's time for Little Guido, James Maritato, to back it up. And tonight, I'm going to have to take it out on Xavier. It's a shame you're the one that's going to have to pay the price, but I got to start somewhere. Tonight, Xavier, you're going to feel the wrath of James Maritato.
For those of you watching at home and saying to yourself, hey, there's Little Guido, you are mistaken. That is James Maritato, the Sicilian shooter. He dumped those FBI tights. He dumped the music. He got rid of the comedy. He has gone back to his roots, which is shoot fighting.
That's right. James Maritato, trained by the legendary Billy Robinson, a veteran of shoot fighting, a member of the former UWFI promotion in Japan. This guy has not come to play tonight, and Xavier is going to feel it very soon.
Absolutely. Maritato has held numerous tag team championships as a member of the FBI. Now that he's dumped the gimmickry, imagine what he is going to do here in Ring of Honor.
That's right. Maritato knows wrestling more than anybody that I've seen in a long time. Maritato knows every move in the book, and he's going to show Xavier tonight.
We're talking a lot about Maritato, but how about Xavier? Last month defeating Scoot Andrews here at the very first Ring of Honor. The era of honor began with, of course, Xavier getting that victory over Scoot Andrews. And look at Maritato now going to that Fujiwara armbar.
That's right. Xavier quickly gets out of it. That's the whole thing. Xavier has watched Maritato for many years. As we pointed out last month, Xavier was once a security guard for a wrestling promotion. He got to watch Maritato. He got to watch other superstars, and he learned from them. He is a student of the game, and here he is. He's taken down Maritato. He's in that defensive position. He is not letting Maritato get on top of him.
Both wrestlers trying to go for the mount here. Of course, entering a respected organization like Ring of Honor. Maritato knew that the FBI comedy was not going to cut it here, and Xavier rolling out to the floor. Remember, Steve, there are no countouts here at Ring of Honor.
That's right. Xavier using the rules to his advantage there, taking a quick breather.
That's right, and you want to talk about the shoot fighting background of Maritato. How about Xavier? He has a kickboxing kickboxing background. He has a jiu-jitsu background. He has also a black belt in Taekwondo. He can hang in there with Maritato.
That's right, and you can see how he's hanging in there. He stayed off his back. He got out of that move right now into a version of the bow and arrow right here on James Maritato.
Xavier is younger, and some say he may be a little bit more hungry than Maritato. Some say Maritato may be hungry for respect more than anything. I assume we will find that out before this match is over.
That's true. Maritato has a name in the wrestling business, but this isn't what you've done in the past. This is Ring of Honor. This is the present. This is the future, and both of them have just stood off. What a great show of maneuvers by James Maritato and Xavier.
Now, I heard the rumors about Xavier before he came here to Ring of Honor. I heard that he was a little bit cocky, had maybe a swelled head, but I got to tell you something. In my experiences with him, he has been nothing but humble in the locker room, almost in awe at the amount of talent around here. And if there is anybody that has the right to walk around here with his head held high, especially after his showing last month here at Ring of Honor, it is Xavier.
That's right, and you can watch that great match that he had with Scoot Andrews from the first show of Ring of Honor at rfvideo.com or by calling 215-891-9404.
Absolutely. Xavier now in complete control. Remember that match against Scoot Andrews? He thought he was getting a rematch here tonight with Scoot Andrews, prepared for more of a power game that Scoot Andrews presents as a professional wrestler. Maritato, on the other hand, brings that shoot fighting background with him. We can see a shoot fighting contest break out at any moment.
That's right. Xavier, though, was ready for James Maritato because he's countered every move that Maritato's hit him with. But right there, inexperienced shows there, Xavier should have hooked the leg. He should put that 220 pounds of Xavier on top of Guido, try to keep him down to get the pin.
And how about you want to talk about inexperience? It's been a long time since Maritato has wrestled the shoot fighting style. Maybe Maritato is not accustomed to going back to his roots.
Yeah, but it's like riding a bike. You fall off, you get right back on. James Maritato did not come to play tonight. And let me tell you something, Xavier is staying on top of him, and that's going to be a key element if Xavier wants to win.
Xavier, years ahead of the game as far as experience goes, very crafty. We saw last time out against Scoot Andrews, he put his foot under the rope, took Scoot Andrews out of his game, and of course got the victory. Look at the agility of Xavier.
Yeah, but Xavier spent too much time telling the fans what he's going to do, and James Maritato is using it to his advantage here, a version of the Boston Crab on the second and top rope.
And look at the leverage that he has there, just able to sit right on the top rope. All that leverage right on the lower back.
Oh!
Xavier.
That was 2 feet to the forehead there. Maritato may pull his win out, hook the leg.
Maritato goes for that half Nelson for the cover. And again, we talked about the shoot fighting background of these two. Normally, when you see kicks in the ring, sure they hurt. When you're talking about two guys like Xavier and James Maritato, they know how to put all their weight behind them. And how about Xavier dropping Maritato right on his back?
But once again, Xavier not hooking the leg, not putting that full weight on James Maritato to get the 3 count. And that may have hurt him right there. But he's going for a Russian leg sweep right there.
Scoot Andrews, of course, has been petitioning Ring of Honor for a return match with Xavier. It was granted to him, but unfortunately for him, he broke his tibia just weeks before the event tonight. Maritato, of course, seized the opportunity, stepped up to the plate, and thus we see him tonight against Xavier.
Yeah, Maritato knows that Xavier is an up-and-coming superstar here at Ring of Honor, and he wants to kind of crush the momentum Xavier has going for him.
And Xavier, we're seeing more of a striking game out of Xavier. Maritato going for the submission, hooks on the tornado DDT.
But the smartness of Xavier, he rolls out of the ring, trying to get his wits back. He's hurt right now. What a great game plan he's got.
He used that same strategy. There goes Maritato. Maritato could fly just as equally as he could shoot. We saw Xavier roll out of the ring and use that non-count-out rule here in Ring of Honor to his advantage.
But Maritato has watched the match between Xavier and Scoot Andrews. He knows that Xavier rolled out of the ring before, and he took that to his advantage, dropping the leg right on the back of the neck. And there he goes. Oh, what a move there!
The Oriental Scorpion, a new version I've never seen before out of Maritato, stretching the body of Xavier. The punishment, the stretching that these two wrestlers are going to do to each other. I'm sure their bodies are going to be feeling it for weeks to come.
Yeah, great physical shape of both men. Maritato looks like he's put on about 15 pounds. Xavier always in great shape, and that's what keeps these guys going right now. The great physical shape that they're in. That's why these bodies can take the punishment that they have.
That's what Xavier now, going back to a submission, looks like a Cobra clutch-like maneuver. Maritato has held them all, has held titles all over the world. Maritato very experienced. Look at Maritato, the experience there, as he countered that Cobra clutch-like maneuver from Xavier.
Goes to hook the leg again, showing the experience. Maritato always looking for a win. He's not looking to opponent. He's always looking to win.
And look at Maritato now. Looks like he's going in for the kill. And he is stalking Xavier from behind with a surfboard. No, big knee. You're seeing Xavier use a lot of those knees.
And the knee to the kidney will stop you real quick.
Absolutely big elbow by Maritato. Maritato rolls through Xavier up cradle. He got him.
He got him. Out of nowhere.
2-0. It's Xavier here at Ring of Honor.
What an upset right now. Xavier now 2-0. A big win over Scoot Andrews. An even bigger win over James Maritato. Unbelievable action. This man is on a rise. Xavier is showing why he is a true superstar here at Ring of Honor.
Talk about a man that has entered Ring of Honor to make an impact. That is Xavier, 2-0 over Scoot Andrews, over James Maritato. Who can stop Xavier here at Ring of Honor?
Well, I'm sure both Scoot Andrews and James Maritato will be wanting rematches against Xavier. But you know what? Xavier may be thinking he wants bigger and better things. He wants to show everybody why he wants to be #1 here at Ring of Honor.
Maritato now having some words with Xavier. And look at that, extends the hand, the code of honor. You gotta love it here. That is what Ring of Honor is all about.